Hi, my name is Wenking Zung and I'm a student at Class 6A4 in Lake Wedon Secondary School. There are many ways in which you can do to help aid with learning, such as researching interesting topics such as climate change on internet sources, reading articles and science newspapers for students, etc. So, what is climate change? Let's delve in. First of all, what is climate? Climate is usually mistaken for weather. But climate is measured over a longer period of time, whereas weather can change from on a day-to-day or a year-to-year basis. Seasonal climate of an area can include average temperature, average rainfall, and wind patterns. Different regions may have different types of climate. According to nationalgeographic.com, climate change is the term used to refer to the long-term alteration of temperature in an area. So what are its effects specifically? First of all, climate change can make it harder for farmers to predict temperature patterns in an area. In areas that rely heavily on farming, this is a large problem because without having the ability to predict what the temperature in the future will be, in the next few months will be, or how much rain will fall in the next week, it can be a harder job for farmers to maintain and grow their crop in one place at one time. Secondly, climate change makes it harder, is associated with many harsh weather patterns such as flash floods, hurricanes, tornadoes, and winter storms. In the polar regions, ice caps and glaciers are melting at an alarmingly faster rate than ever recorded. This fast melting of ice caps in the poles are causing sea levels to rise. This sea level rising phenomenon and is causing damage to coastlines, and along with land erosion, it can cause more floods. And the third problem that climate change is causing is that climate change is making lives harder for people in poor regions like in Africa, because climate there doesn't get wet most of the time and they are receiving much less rain than predicted. This is causing a large problem because food cannot be grown in Africa, which is causing starvation. Climate change is not just a simple problem. It causes many other problems that spiral from it, like world hunger, starvation, war, etc. So what can we do to reverse and protect the Earth from having a global catastrophe caused by climate change? First of all, what causes climate change? There are many reasonable explanations for this question, but we are just going to focus on the two major problems. The first one is natural factors, and the second one is man-made factors, in which human activities have a large say in creating the problem. Like burning fossil fuels. Fossil fuels are things like coal, gasoline, and oil from under the ground. We take these resources for granted, but they are not renewable, and one day they will run out. Also, in burning these fuels, you emit poisonous gases such as carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, methane, and sulfur dioxide, and many other greenhouse gases. These greenhouse gases traps the heat from sun rays coming into the Earth's atmosphere, which is causing the global climate to warm up. Global climate warming up is a phenomenon that causes all of the reasons that I mentioned above. So, what can we do to reverse the effects of climate change? To reverse the effects of climate change, we need to plant more trees. Well, that's obvious. For an obvious reason, we are cutting down more trees than we would need, and we are wasting more resources that could be used for education, preventing hunger, worldwide hunger, and making peace with other countries. Secondly, we need to reduce our plastic intake because if you don't know, plastic is made from oil, which is taken from the ground. stems from manufacturing products made out of oil, which is a non-renewable resource. And the third way that we can reverse the effects of climate change is to switch to more green and healthier energy alternatives, such as solar panels, wind energy, or water energy, which is energy that is converted from the movement of water that turns turbines around. If you don't know, you can go on the internet to learn more about these types of renewable resources. So, in this video, I've been talking about climate change and what are its effects. I've also been talking about how we can reverse the effects of climate change on the world. These are all the reasons why young people should get to know more about the world through internet resources, and they also need to learn more about the world through books talking about climate change and world's problems so that they can speak out to world leaders and rich people around the world who have a large influence on people's minds and mindset to change the world for the better. Thanks for watching.